Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode in this series where I play through Dark Souls. If you've seen the first episode, you'll know I spent most of my time trying and failing to get the Great Scythe from the catacombs, but I managed to do it in the end, and it should be smooth sailing from here. So let's get into it. So looking at my stats, I don't currently have enough strength or dex to wield the Great Scythe, but upon reviewing my footage from the last episode, I picked up this soul, which should give us enough souls to at least meet the dexterity requirement, and in the meantime I can just two-hand it, so that is good. There we go. And of course, I am now mid-rolling, which I absolutely fucking hate. Cannot stand it, so is that going to do it? Nice. Right. Let's go to the Burg. One thing I will mention immediately is that riposting and backstabbing with this weapon looks so fucking jank. But I'm gonna live with it. The moveset otherwise is really cool. Ow. Right. There's the two-handed R2, really good for multiple opponents, and has that nice little run at the start. Very, very good move. You got the rolling R1. Nice little chop. Standard R1s are chops. That running R1 comes out so quick. Very, very good. Should be fun. Oh. Good range on this thing too, always welcome. I should mention that my character is bold, purely because I think all of the hairstyles in this game look awful. Other than maybe one, but I'd rather just be bold. Okay, the Burg. This is probably my favourite area in the game. I think this game peaks really early. Not to say it's not good throughout, because it really is, but there's just something about the Burg, man. Feels like home, you know? Good. Right. Okay, so I'm going to want to meet the strength requirement as soon as I can, really, so I don't have to continuously swap from one-handed to two-hand, especially when I riposte. Kind of annoying. I'm going to say this now, I am not playing online, and that is purely because I do not enjoy the online component in this game. I think PvP is jank and awful and not very fun, and I'll be soloing every boss in this playthrough. I won't be summoning. I might summon the NPCs. Certainly makes Smo and Ornstein a lot easier, but maybe not, we'll see. Whoops. Ow. Good, I do not want to be in a corner. Fuck. Right, yeah, so playing and talking. It's definitely something that will take some getting used to, but I reckon the more I do it... Oh, a Titanite shard. Always useful. I'd like to get my weapon to +5 by the time I get to the Parish. So that's the goal. But yeah, talking and playing. I'm doing it already. I'm running in circles a lot because I'm trying to think about what I'm saying, but I need to play, so I will fumble over my words. It's gonna happen. This guy, of course, if you kill him, you get the Uchi, which is a great dex weapon, but it's a weapon that I've used a million times, so I don't really have any interest in doing it again. I wanted to use something that I haven't used, so went for the Great Scythe. Also, this might be sacrilege, but I don't enjoy the heavy weapon tanky playstyle as much as a lot of other people. Always preferred dex. I like the fast roll, and I find movesets in the heavier weapons a little bit bland. I mean, they're satisfying to use for sure. It's just my playstyle, really. Right, we'll get this bonfire. 2,000 souls may very well be enough to... It is indeed. Excellent. Alright. So now I can one hand, which is good. Wow. Another thing you can expect is dead air, so when you notice a jump cut in the edit, you'll know exactly why. But again, that's something that will get better as time goes on, I imagine. I believe in Dark Souls 2 they actually gave each weapon class independent riposte animations and backstab animations, and I might be wrong here, but I think in Dark Souls 3 they kind of went back to the old system where they mostly shared the same one. Might be wrong about that though, but that was one of many cool aspects of Dark Souls 2, because this just looks ridiculous. Oh, another thing I'm going to do, which I haven't yet mentioned, I'm going to go and kill Havel for the ring, which is arguably one of the best rings in the... I mean, it's not even arguable, it is flat out one of the best rings in the game. If you don't know, it gives you, I think, like 50 extra equip load. I might be wrong, but essentially means we can equip some heavier gear and still maintain our fast roll. And the way I play this game, I will not play without my fast roll. I can't handle the mid roll, certainly won't be fat rolling. Fuck. Oh, and gonna go kill that Black Knight. That's why the fuck not. Although I guarantee he drops a Black Knight weapon on a playthrough where I certainly won't be using one. Always seems to be the case. When I want it, I don't get it. When I don't want it, I get it. As you can see, once you know the parry timings, nothing to worry about really. No! A chunk though. Always good. Nice to get as many of those as you can as you play through the game. Saves on the inevitable farming session in New Londo. So I picked the Master Key as my starting gift, mostly because there's no reason not to. None of the other gifts really offer as much of a benefit. The Master Key kind of opens up the game, allows me to go here to kill Havel, I could skip Taurus and go straight through Dark Route if I wanted to. And I think there's a few other doors that it can unlock without the need for additional keys, which is always useful. Don't do that. So yeah, very risky this, but I'm pretty comfortable with the parry timing. I can pretty much just stand in his face, parry the shit out of him, and he will eventually die. Although, of course, one mistake and back to the bonfire. Yeah, so the parry frames in this game, I believe they activate the moment you press the button, which makes it quite easy to do, and that's something that changed in the sequels, where they would actually have start-up frames where your parry wasn't actually active. Have to be careful of his running R1 there. The timing is a bit odd. I also don't want to be staring at my phone whilst I'm doing this, because I certainly will die. One more, maybe two. Is that it? It is. Nice. Right, whether I'll actually commit to using this for the whole game, I don't know. But for now, it means I can put my hood back on. Excellent. Right, onwards to Taurus Demon. The first real boss, I guess you'd say. Pretty cool fight. There's obviously a gimmick with the plunging attacks, which they teach you in the tutorial, which is cool. First, want to get this crystal lizard over here. What do you got for us? Large titanite shards. Very welcome. We will be needing those. Of course, you want to go up the ladder and take care of these guys first, because otherwise they will shoot you from behind. That R2 is just wonderful. I'm going to equip my gold pine resin. Might be a little bit overkill, but I feel like it's a tradition of mine. Kind of have to use it in this fight. Wow. Right, of course you only have a small window of time. No, no, no. That was so fast. Fuck. You asshole. Right. I'm okay. I have never seen him jump up so quickly. I thought I had more than enough time. I guess I'm just going to fight him the old-fashioned way. Well, hey. Didn't exactly go to plan, but got it done. All is well. Dragon. Please don't fucking die here. Good. Right, I'm going to grab the ladder shortcut. Rest of the bonfire. And I think I'm going to keep a hold of my souls for now, because ideally I want enough souls to, wow. Ideally I want enough souls to buy enough Titanite shards to upgrade my weapon before the gargoyles. I think it's about 8 or 9. I got one from a hollow not long ago, but I think it's still like 5,000 in that area. So I'll just keep a hold of my souls for now. Come on, dude. There we go. Just gonna run through his legs and get that bonfire. There we go. I'm not going to loot the items on the bridge. I don't think there's anything particularly useful. Claymore is obviously fantastic, but I won't be using it on this character, so no need. Right through the groin. Gonna kill this Black Knight. Some horrendous delays on his attacks. Something I have not mentioned yet is circle strafe backstabbing, as I haven't done a lot of it, but that's another way to make this game quite a bit easier. Enemies just don't track you like they do in the sequels, so it's quite easy to get around them. Ooh. That's a risky one to parry. Nice, another chunk. Of course, no Black Knight weapons, not that I would use them, but... So you can skip most of this section if you just run up here and get inside. And then you can even pull the lever yourself and shut out most of the enemies. Aha! Boulder Knights gave me so much fucking trouble the first time I played this. It was horrific, but it was mostly down to me not reading their moveset correctly and being spammy as fuck. That was one thing. So basically, when I first played this, I didn't really understand that you have to be patient and wait for openings, and you have to consider how much stamina you have. Particularly, I remember the Boulder Knights with the rapier. They would always parry me because I don't know what I was doing. Clearly didn't think or care to notice that it's heavily telegraphed when they're going to parry you, and I should probably wait or do a jumping attack or kick them. But I guess a lot of this game is kind of just learning what works. You have to respect how to play it. But like I said in the previous episode, I had not really played anything like this. I played a lot of games when I was younger. I had a PlayStation and a N64, and I played quite a lot during the GameCube era. Ow. But yeah, around about the time, like, I had nearly finished school and then going into college and stuff, spent a lot more time kind of... Why am I going this way? What the fuck? Yeah, I spent a lot of time kind of just socializing more, going to parties, all that nonsense. far beyond the sort of thing I would do now. I'd much rather just stay at home and play video games, you know? But yeah, I kind of stopped playing games. I think I played a bit of Call of Duty. That was about it. So this game fucking just completely destroyed me. Did not understand it. In fact, I made it to the gargoyles. I think I tried twice and then I raged so hard I removed the game from my Xbox. I put it in its box and then the following day I took it into game and traded it in. And at that point I had decided that this game's fucking bullshit. Of course, I realise now it's not. It's quite fair. You just have to respect it and kind of work with what the game allows you to do. But it was in fact Demon Souls that made me come back to this game, because my friend that initially recommended this game to me, he had said, try Demon Souls, you might get on with it more. And I did get on with it more, and it's only because, bear in mind, I was absolute fucking garbage. Like, I had no skill, nothing. I was just awful at these games. I made a very broken magic character in Demon Souls, which completely trivialized the game, but in doing so, I grew to appreciate like all the set dressing, the lore, the level design, and I just became obsessed. And I actually sweated Demon Souls for a long time. I think I got the platinum. I did everything. And I did roll a melee character eventually when I was a bit more comfortable, and it was still hard, but there's aspects of that game that can make it very easy, specifically magic, but also you can... I think I duped a lot of healing items, which is scrubby, I know. I wouldn't do that now. No need to, but essentially it was a way for me to appreciate those games without just raging. But in doing that and getting the platinum in Demon Souls, hurrah, it made me appreciate everything that From Software was doing. So I thought, you know what, I need to go back to Dark Souls. Now I understand how these games function. I was just going about it the entirely wrong way. So I actually bought the game again, this time for PlayStation. I don't know why. I think maybe because Demon Souls, PlayStation, I don't really know. But yeah, I just, that second time through, I understood. I still struggled, but I loved it. And here we are today. Right, how many shards do I need? Right, so I can get it to +1 off the bat. So I think it's another 1, then 2, then 2, then 3, which is 8. Is that right? Fuck it, I am going to buy 8. So honestly, at this point in the game, I think it is more beneficial to upgrade your weapon than it is to pump any number of souls into your levels. At least the souls you'd gain naturally. Of course, there are ways to get a crap ton of souls and like over level early game, but I won't be doing that. Cool. A few souls to spare. Going to maybe some health and endurance, maybe just health. I mean, dex scaling at this point in the game, not really going to, I don't know, it's another 18 damage. Is it worth it? I think survivability is a bit more important at this point in the game, so we'll do that. And I'm going to kindle just to be on the safe side. Right, yep, of course you can parry this guy. You cannot riposte him, but that is not how you do so. There we go. I think your attacks do more damage when he's in that state, though. Don't quote me on that. Alright, Firekeeper Soul. That's good for upgrading our flask. Very, very essential to boost the healing capabilities. Ow! You know what? I've rolled a pyro. I haven't used a single pyromancy. This is a good opportunity to do so. This room is fucked. Especially first time players. Although these guys die very quick, there's a lot of them and they are currently buffed at the moment. They can really fuck you up. Right, I need to back up a bit. Right, I don't want to attack him there because he's going to fall off, so... There we go, we won't have to worry about him if we die. He is a one-time spawn. Which is a relief. The, Dreglings, Hollows, whatever you call them, they're a lot easier to deal with when they're not buffed to, like, 1 or 2 shot you. Right, so of course Lautrec is locked away at the moment. If you didn't have the master key, then I would have had to go through the area with the armored boar to get a mystery key, I think is what it's described as, to open his cell, but luckily the master key will just open it, so didn't have to worry about that. So he carries the Ring of Favor and Protection, which might very well be the best ring in the game. I think it gives you 20% extra health, stamina, and equip load, which is so fucking good. The only downside is you can't remove it, but I mean, it's so good you'd quite often not want to. There are few rings that offer as much of a benefit unless you're rolling a very specific build or like a cosplay build or something. So I probably will be using it, but I kind of don't like using it because it just... So whenever I roll a character, I will typically use the Wolf Ring and the Ring of Favor, or Havel's Ring and the Ring of Favor. And if I'm rolling a spell character, maybe one of the spell boosting rings. Beyond that, those are like the only viable... Not viable... Everything's viable. Those are the only, like, combinations if I'm, like, really min-maxing and trying to deck out my character. But, I might not use it. I'm going to have to decide as I do this. Might have to decide right now because I'm going to kill him. Not like that, though. Good. Right, yeah, so the scythe is showing a slight issue in these small, cramped rooms. Right, down here. He was once grateful, only mere seconds ago. I used to fear fighting him because his Shotel can go through shields. And this was back when my playstyle was like sword and board, a lot of turtling, a lot of circle strafing. Obviously he's going to attempt to parry me there also, so I'm not going to hit him. But I don't really rely on shields to block anymore, mostly just as a parrying tool. Sometimes for blocking. I suppose I need to make this decision now, really, because if I put it on, I can't take it off. So, Do you know what? Fuck it. If I'm not going to use it again, then it breaks and whatever. And I'm pretty sure you can get another one from the crow. Just to clarify, before I get crucified in the comments section, when I said you can't remove it, what I meant to say is you can remove it, but it will break. There are only 2 in the game and you cannot repair it. So if you remove it twice, you're out of luck until the next new game cycle. I'm definitely not recording this in post to save myself anyway. I think this is like the first real welcome to Dark Souls moment. A moment where a lot of players will decide whether they have the patience to play through this game. As you can see though, I'm fucking melting him with this. The difference a +5 weapon makes this early on. Wow, I need to heal. He's gonna... Oh, fuck off. Wow, he missed. That damage. Right, gargoyle's done. That was pretty quick, a bit sloppy on my part, but as I say, this is a new thing for me, so my head's not entirely in the game. We'll get there though. Right, and on that note, that's 2 bosses in 1 episode. I think I'm gonna call the episode there, so let me know what you think. I'm pre-recording a bunch of these, but before I post the first one. But if you have any questions, leave them down below and I will address them in a future episode. If you want to ask about music, or the covers that I used to do, or anything Dark Souls related, or anything really, feel free. So, thanks guys. See you in the next one.